Welcome to the Week 5 edition of the Sharp Pick, our weekly line movement video series here at SBR Forum. I'm Jordan Sharp. The lines for Week 5 are out, and we are already starting to see some interesting value. So let's take a look at them to see if we should jump in now or wait later in the week for our value. We'll start on Thursday night with the Arizona Cardinals, who are undefeated, head into St. Louis to face the Rams on the short week. The Cardinals opened up as a -1 favorite and already are starting to move to -2. Now, if that line gets any higher, and you see the Rams at +3 at home or higher, you can expect a lot of action on the other way. These divisional games, as I say, are very close, and I don't think the Rams are as bad as their record shows. After having Week 4 off, the Pittsburgh Steelers open as -3.5 favorites against their cross-state rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles, in Pittsburgh. Philadelphia had a really good win against the Giants this past Sunday night, and now they have to face a similarly tough defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think you can expect some action on both sides of this line, and it will probably settle somewhere around the field goal mark at plus and -3. The Packers are only a touchdown favorite in Indianapolis this weekend, and I know that a lot of you, as well as I, think that line looks rather appealing. So if you like it now, I suggest you dive in because it only is going to go up later in the week. The Colts have been recently hit with some travesty as their head coach Chuck Pagano has been diagnosed with leukemia, so he will not be at the coaching at the game. Plus, the Packers seem to have solved their pass defense issues, and that is what the Colts are based off of. Look for the line to increase. Cleveland is already starting to take a fewer points on the road this week against in New York this weekend. The Giants opened as -11 favorites and already are moving down to -10. So I once again, I think the Colts, Colts and the Rams, I think Cleveland is a lot better than what their record shows. However, they could get blown out in this game or they could keep it close. So I'm going to lay off personally, but be careful either way you look at this line because Cleveland is still a pretty good football team. The Falcons are only a field goal favorite in Washington this weekend. The Falcons are only one of 3 teams that are left undefeated in the NFL, including the Texans and the Cardinals. And among the unbeaten teams, the Falcons seem to have the best offense. Even though they've had their road woes in the past, they do kind of look like a new team this year, being as they have played very, very well. So I could see the line increasing throughout the week. So if you like the Falcons right now, I suggest you jump in at -3. Baltimore is only a 4.5 road favorite in Kansas City this weekend, and even the Chiefs even though the Chiefs have been able to run the ball a lot better, their passing offense has been absolutely horrible, and that Baltimore defense is going to eat them alive. I expect this line to increase once again, but be careful as it gets higher throughout the week. The Bears are only a -4 road favorite in Jacksonville this weekend for Week 5. They will have a short week, however, I could see the Bears winning this one pretty easily. Their defense is playing on an absolute different scale from any past years, and if they can figure out their offensive line issues, they're going to be one of the better teams in the NFC. So don't be surprised if that -4 gets a little higher throughout the week. The Buffalo Bills are a 10-point underdog on the road in San Francisco this weekend. Obviously, this is one of the longest trips that any road team has to go to play in any NFL game, as the Bills will be traveling over 2,700 miles to play the 49ers this weekend. The Bills are, pretty questionable right now, while the 49ers seem to prove to everyone why they are one of the better teams in the league. So be careful if you take the Bills, but I think I'm going to lay off on this game entirely. The game of the week has to be Peyton Manning traveling into Foxborough to face Tom Brady and the Patriots. New England has opened up as a -7 favorite at home, and I expect this line to stay somewhat even. But you're going to see action on both sides as both teams look to have solved their respective issues over the weekend. However, both these defenses are rather underrated. The total is at 51.5. I'm going to lay off the total entirely and see where the line goes throughout the week. Finally, 1 week from today, the Jets will play host to the Texans, and the Texans are already starting to see their line increase. You can get Houston anywhere between -7 and -9 on the road against the Jets this weekend, and as bad as the Jets looked against San Francisco, playing the Texans might be even worse. Currently, 67% of the public's bets are going in on the Texans, and they seem to be the team to beat in the AFC. That'll do it for me on Monday. Be sure to check back daily for my daily blog updates, as well as my Friday video recapping the week's line movement in review. So until then, I'll see you Friday. I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been the Monday edition of The Sharp Pick.